recent firefighter units. Report to maximum exposure. Cops want a bad guy's fingerprints. He wants to take them all on. You'll see what happens when accident scenes go bad. Real bad. It ain't 1,000 clowns, just a couple of really stupid ones. Dudes go out to the woods to party and they get smoked.
We're trapped, you guys.
You heard of bad women drivers? How about a badass woman driver? Everybody knows if you're gonna play cops and robbers, the cops win. And can these rescue dudes turn a watery grave into a watery save? The dude's a dancing machine, especially when he's getting shot at. And Russian cops ruin a perfectly illegal mobster and hooker party. We got cops and firefighters doing what they do best on Guns and Hoses. Shocking stories from the street. Yeah! Kick it off with a bad accident scene in a small town in Pennsylvania. Really bad. And it's crawling with cops and firemen. We'd love to tell you what went down here, but we won't, because something really weird's about to happen. They're screaming, and an SUV is going to slam into the rescue workers.
Stay clear!
At the last second, it veers off the road and runs over a fireman.
Oh my God! What the hell is that over there?
Somebody fires a gun. Hey, let's slow that down. The dude driving the SUV's been drinking in the next town over. And he's got a brain tumor. Driving, drinking, brain tumor. Bad combination. Earlier, he tried to run over some cops and they chased him here. He thinks the accident scene's a roadblock and tries to go around it. Freeze here, and frame by frame. He almost nails this guy. But this guy, firefighter William Krause, falls in front of the SUV. The driver runs over him and drags him 25 yards.
Oh my God!
The cops and other firefighters chase after him.
What the hell is that over there?
The cops get off some shots to try to stop him. It works. The bullet holes in the windshield show how close the driver came to buying it himself. They get him out of the SUV and onto the ground. The medical team that's already there for the first accident treats Krause. He recovers.
I've gotten back to my normal life. I take everything day by day.
On the other hand, the driver's up the creek without a paddle, because he's got to answer to a whole mess of charges. It's a typical night on the LA freeways. And here's the typical speeding van, followed by the typical slew of police cars. The chase ends when the van blows its engine. Cops yell at the passengers to get out. And a couple of people, then a girl, another girl, then a guy, and another one. No, not done yet. Another guy, then a girl who ain't wearing much of a shirt, and a guy. They ain't suspects, they're clowns. This dude don't want to go down. Neither does his idiot homie. They're acting like the cops ain't serious. Trust us, they are. Oh yeah, taunt the cops. Good idea. Now, the cops don't know if the bad guys are armed or not. They assume they are. One of the cops gets ready with a shotgun. The cops shout out a final warning. The dudes ignore him, so... dude number 1, down. Dude number 2, down. They're screaming like they got hit by real bullets. But they were only beanbags. Now that they're down, they're a lot more manageable. The whole van load gets hauled away. This dude's still feeling the power of the man. Here at Max X, we learned a valuable lesson. When a cop points a shotgun at you and tells you to get down, we think it's a pretty good idea to get down. So why's this dude looking so unhappy? He's getting busted by college cops. The University of Akron Police.
All right, I'm gonna cuff you, okay? Here's some fingerprints.
They say he robbed a frat house.
What are you looking at me like that
The bad guy really ain't into it.
for? Steven, you gonna stand up and do some fingerprints or not? Turn and face forward. Are you gonna cooperate or not? Yes or no? Are you gonna cooperate with the fingerprints or not?
Steven's a little reluctant.
Don't square off with me. Sit back down in the chair. I'm gonna spray you. Sit down in the chair. No, you're not. You're gonna sit down.
I'm about to put my fingerprints
Down.
I'm about to put my fingerprints and do what you want me to do. Man, I'm about to put my fingerprints.
No, you don't square off with me. You understand?
The cop figures Steven for a big ball of trouble, so he goes for some backup.
We're gonna do this again.
He comes back in. And now he's got 2 other cops in the room, just off camera.
What you come over here for?
I'm over here because I wanted to come over here.
Huh?
Pay attention to the prints.
Hey, man, don't glare at me like that.
I will do what I want to do.
Oh, yeah?
Turn around.
Hey, man, don't glare at me like that. I'm telling you, don't disrespect me.
I'm telling you, you're gonna do what I
Don't
tell you to do.
disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. You a don't disrespect me.
Put your hand down. Put your hand down here. Sit down. We're not gonna play this game.
Steven say, They hit him with pepper spray, but that don't even slow him down. Let's see that again. This cop gives him a good shot of spray, but he also nails the other cop, pretty much knocking him out of commission. Oh, that chair's gotta hurt. Outside the room, they get Steven under control. The cops and Steven all get treated for minor injuries at the hospital. Steven also gets treated to a mess of charges thrown at him. Things are getting hot on Max X. Coming up, a forest fire wants to turn kick-back dudes into crispy critters.
Trapped, you guys.
A woman drives circles around the police. Everybody knows Max X hates clowns, but these guys really hate clowns. A guy steals a cab and shoots at cops. At what point does he think this is a good idea? Once again, a dude proves that gravity sucks. And robbers hit an office. Cops hit back. If you're looking for more police and firefighter action, stay tuned for our Max X list. Max X, we're sweating bullets. It's a Max X Cop and Fireman Fiesta! We got partying and swimming in a California forest. But it's kickback heaven for dudes and dudettes.
This is the extreme right here, bud.
But not as extreme as...
Fire!
The forest is really dry and a fire's burning through it, right at the dudes. At first they act real cool about it.
Hold me, Gregor, I'm scared.
But then they realize they're screwed.
Go back!
Come on, come on!
This is what you call close! This is extreme! Oh, that's straight fire right there, man! That is some fire!
The fire's between the dudes and the river. Pretty soon they're gonna be surrounded by flames. And that means fried dude.
That's not and I'm really scared. That gonna start jumping and jumping. We're trapped, guys.
They scramble to find a way out, but all they find is...
Fire! Total entrapment. Total entrapment by the fire. It's on both ridges. Yeah, it is. We have to go. We're getting trapped right now. Get the down. Go, go, go. Dude, this is no joke, bud.
They're getting messed up by the smoke.
We're trapped, guys.
Yeah, now it's getting worse to breathe.
You guys burning?
Yeah!
It's as hot as a giant beer bong, and the dudes are the ones being smoked. Then the cavalry comes in.
We got people here! We got two girls!
Right over here, come on, guys.
The firefighters protect the dudes in the middle of the fire. They try to stop it by setting backfires to burn off the grass so the fire won't spread. The backfires work, and they get it under control. And the firemen lead the dudes out. Wow, that ground is scorched. And the dudes live to say...
Thanks, out of the clear. Thanks, bud. Thanks, out of the clear. Thanks, bud. Thanks, out of the clear. Thanks, bud.
Cops in Burlington, Kentucky pull over a woman named Betty for driving erratically. Betty's got a little secret she wants to share with these cops. She's split. No one's got any idea where Betty's heading, not even Betty.
And it was quite obvious to me that she was lost, didn't know where she was going.
The cops stay right on Betty's tail.
She would stop occasionally. Every time that we would put the car in park and get ready to exit vehicles, she would put the car back in drive.
Betty's messing with the cops, and they're trying to keep their cool.
We were at a dead-end portion of the road there. And I was thinking that this is where we'll be able to box her in, and we tried boxing her in. She was able to squeeze between our cars and then continue on down the road.
After 30 minutes, Betty looks like she's finally given up.
I exit my vehicle with my weapon drawn and order her out of her vehicle. When she exits the vehicle, she has her right hand shoved inside the purse and holds the purse up as if she might have a weapon inside the purse. I'm continually yelling at her to drop the purse, and at the same time, I'm taking a position of cover behind the back of my vehicle. When I went around to the back of the vehicle to take cover, that's when she jumped in the driver's side of my police car. She locked the driver's side door with her hand.
Where's the other cop? He's slipped and he's face down in the snow.
When she sped off, I was in disbelief.
Believe it, Officer Dave, that's your squad car. By now, half the town's police force is chasing Betty.
My only thoughts was to just try and get her stopped before anybody got hurt.
After more than an hour, Betty finally pulls over and gives up. Turns out Betty didn't have no gun. The cop showed a lot of restraint by not blowing her away.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't scared at that point. We gave up a police car for about 25 or 30 minutes, and I'd rather do that than potentially have to take a life.
And it sure ain't as messy. Sounds like a fair trade to us. Wausau, Washington. The cops got a drop on a dangerous bank robber. Well, maybe. Some bystanders get scary close to videotape the action.
This is gonna be great. Oh, watch out, there might be a shootout. Oh, goody! This is fantastic.
The cops are acting like the suspect's an evil, cop-hating, people-killing criminal.
Look, there he is. Sam?
Is that him?
Yep. It must be.
It's a clown? Dino the clown. He usually does birthday parties, but cops think he just did a bank. Oh, it's real. What could be more real than cops busting a clown? Dino does what the cops say. He ain't about to do something stupid. Well, then again, he is a clown.
This may not be the robbery. This might be just somebody that was in there that's going to a party or something.
Oh, yeah, like you're gonna go into a bank. Oh, look at him.
Got it. That's
Don't put your gun down. This is the robbery.
Dude, this is cool.
All right, think about it. You're wearing a clown suit and getting handcuffed. If only every day could end up like this.
May not be.
The kid in the car hits on an idea.
There's no news cameras here. You could sell this.
Yeah, dude, to Max X. Dino's playing it real cool. You know, like a hardened criminal. Cops frisk him.
I said, you know, I have 35 pockets. You're gonna open all these pockets? You know, I've got this pocket here, and the hand came out. This pocket here, and the face sticking out at him. He's reaching in this pocket here and pulling out balloons and more balloons.
Everybody hates clowns with good reason, but we love this one. Turns out Dino ain't the robber. The real robber got away just before police arrived. But hey, Dino don't care. He's digging all the attention he's getting. Clowns. Maximum exposure. Assume the position. Next. One bad guy, dozens of cops. You do the math. Can an unconscious dude survive 30 minutes underwater? Find out. A car thief gets cute. Then he gets shot. A little girl's trapped. Is there a firefighter in the house? Brazilian mamas got their own brand of street justice. If you want the best of them red and blue lights, watch our Max X list. Maximum exposure. Remember, your probation officer is your friend. Max X is locked and loaded. We got ourselves a police chase in Arizona. The suspect, Richard Thompson, wanted to go to Denver, so he hijacked a cab at gunpoint. Then he ditched the cabbie and stole the cab. Now he's got cops on his sorry asterisk.
We pulled up next to him in attempts to try to box him in, make sure that he knew we wanted him to pull over, and he was shaking his head no, that I'm not going to stop for you guys. And
then it gets worse.
He showed the gun to some civilians somewhere along the route. When he showed it to civilians, what it did would cause them to back off, which caused us to back away from him.
The cops got to be careful knowing the bad guy's armed and dangerous. They can't get too close, but they can nail him with their spike strip.
He continued on, drove over the spikes, deflated all 4 tires, and finally came to a stop.
Thompson hides behind the cab. He comes out firing.
Drop the weapon now!
This is called suicide by cop, and it happens way too often.
Shots fired, suspect was down, I was involved in the shooting.
But wait, he's still moving. The cops open up again.
Hey, 44 copy, shots fired and suspect down.
Mr. Thompson came up with the weapon a second time, and that's when we had that second burst of fire.
Somehow Thompson survives. He lives to face a whole mess of counts, like aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Drop the weapon now!
Hollywood, where everybody tries to be cool. even when they're stealing a cherry Volvo. The dude's getting chased by cops, but he stops for some camera time. Oh, yeah. What do you think he means by this gesture? We don't know, but he thinks he's styling with some smooth moves. Cops lay back while the dude suddenly decides to play a quick game of charades. Okay, it's a book, short one. Okay, sounds like door handle. No, wait. Slow down. Oh, come on, let me see that again. 5, 10, 15, 50. What words? No syllables. Okay, stretch it out like it's a door handle, steal this book. Yeah, steal. No, look back in anger. Okay. Are you sure these are syllables or words? Okay, this is gonna take all night. Okay, let's think. It's a circle 7 habits of highly effective people. Your car, the car. Dude, where's my car? Gone in 60 seconds. No, wait, those aren't books. Frustrated at how slow the cops are at charades, the dude pulls into a parking lot thinking he's home free. This guy's charade is definitely over. Let's see it again in slow-mo. Shoot him point blank. He's gotta be history. Let's do a Zapruder. He gets hit. But see that thing fall on the ground? It's a rubber bullet. Rubber bullets don't kill, but they hurt like crazy. He ain't dead, but he's going down. Grand theft auto and felony evading. How about some dancing now, smart guy? You're cruising in the fast lane with Max X. Later, water, car, dude, it don't look good. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's none of the above. A girl gasps for air as firemen grasp for her. The best part of being a Russian cop? Beating the ladies. Hey, you want more? We got guys packing heat and putting it out. Stick around for our Max X list. Max X, welcome to our neighborhood. Kick back and let Max X do all the work. The Jeep is upside down in a flood channel in Las Vegas. Firefighter Perry Hort and his rescue team can't tell if anyone's trapped inside.
When we pulled up, we saw the Jeep overturned. We saw the undercarriage and the 4 tires. And we weren't even sure if anyone was in the Jeep.
Fireman Curtis Harper jumps in the water to find out.
At the time, the best way to determine that would just be to go to the side of the Jeep, reach in there, and if we could feel somebody, fine. Then we'd know.
But the current's too strong for Harper to reach in. So they hoist the Jeep up. There's the driver. He's been in there for over half an hour.
At that point, there wasn't a lot of hope in my mind. It's like, this guy is gone.
They tie a rope around him and pull him to shore.
Once Curtis tied him, he come right across real fast.
Yeah, till the rope slides off. Hort dives in after him.
The next thing I knew, I was just in the water. I can't remember making a conscious decision. I think, had I sat there and thought, should I do this or not, I probably wouldn't have.
Hort fights the current to hang on to a line while holding on to the victim.
I wrapped my legs around him. It was hard for me to hold on to him with the force of the river. They got in there and they could grab a hold of him and they pulled him out from under me.
They pulled him out of the water, and he was laying on a backboard. Lifeless, of course, I knew that, but we put him on the stretcher. He had no electrical activity, none. We call it flatline.
Murray Brown's been underwater for 36 minutes. No way he's still alive. But the emergency team keeps working on him. They take him to the hospital. Meanwhile, fire guy Horde is still in the water. It's buzzed to a human chain to pull him out. And Murray? Well, he makes it.
I remember awakening to the television and seeing my Jeep in the water, or at least what looked to be my Jeep in the water. And then later on I saw what looked to be my shoes on my legs. And that was quite an eerie feeling because it hadn't been explained to me why I was laying in this bed.
Murray hangs out in the hospital for a month, and now he's totally recovered. Hey, what is it with Chicago and fires? This one's got little Renika Robinson trapped on the 7th floor.
She's up there.
She's 10 years old, and she's having a hard time breathing. Neighbors are telling her it'll be okay. Firemen need oxygen masks to get up to Renika's floor, but they can't get to her, so they send up a ladder. The smoke's getting bad, real bad. Here comes a fireman, Stan Wozniak. He grabs a hold of her and brings her down safe.
Give me a hand, guys. Give me a hand.
Renika's mom is full of emotion that she sees her daughter's okay. Thanks to Stan Wozniak.
Oh, she was really scared. She was ready to jump. It was pitch black up there. She was stranded by herself. There was nowhere to go. She was ready to jump. We got there just in time.
Just in time to be a hero, dude.
Give me a hand, guys. Give me a hand.
No, this ain't the cable repair dude you've been waiting for all day. It's our Velt Neil, and he's freaking. Might have something to do with the fact that cops suspect him of capping his wife. Damn! Don't you just hate it when the whole neighborhood's spying on you? He's had enough. He makes his move. Down. He took the quick way down. Let's see it slow. There he goes. And there he is. A fence breaks his fall. Our Belt's alive, but we can't say the same for his wife. He gets convicted of murder and gets 55 years. Don't get too comfortable. You are watching Max X. Coming up, Russian cops set up a sting ski. Bad guys get stung hard. The mean streets of Brazil and the mean moms of Brazil. And a Russian SWAT team looking for smack starts dishing it out. If you don't think those dudes kicking up butt, watch our Max X list. Maximum exposure. We bring you peace of mind. You're all set with Max X. Welcome to the mean streets of Sao Paulo, Brazil, where the cops are tough, but the moms are tougher. It's one of the biggest and roughest slums in the world. Cops think these dudes are selling crack. They go through their pockets. Look what they find.
What I'm holding is a crack pipe. They use it to smoke crack cocaine, to do other drugs. See, they put the drug in here. This fellow here, we were looking for him. His name is Nico.
The cops take Nico to jail. Wait a minute, that ain't no jail. It's worse. It's his mother's house. And Mom ain't happy with son.
Is he causing lots of trouble? He is an irresponsible person.
While the cops check out the house with a search warrant, Mom lets Nico have it.
I warned you. If you get arrested again, I am not going to help you. You will die in prison. You must become a decent person. You dog. You are an inconsequent. I hope God makes you die in prison. It will be God's will and justice will be served. I want to forget you were born. Thank God your father isn't here, you dog.
Now it's the other bad guy's turn to face his mama. They wake her up and tell her they're arresting her son for selling crack.
Didn't you know your son was a crack addict?
No. She smacks him upside the head. She never knew he was up to no good.
When you do crack, the consequences are everything from theft to violence.
Mom heads back home. The crack dudes head off to jail. And you thought your mom was disappointed in you? Don't mess with Sao Paulo moms. Moscow. That's in Russia. Time for more Crime and Punishment. A Max X Dostoevsky favorite. Cops set up a sting operation to nail a gang of armed robbers. They put up surveillance cameras in this office and put out the word that security's weak. This guy's an office clerk. He answers the door. Robbers are here. The bad dudes force him down to the floor. One of them sticks a shotgun in his side, then kicks him, well, just cuz. Another guy takes the shotgun and scopes out the rest of the place. Surprise! It's the cops. They come out firing. Gotcha! The gang leader goes down. And the tough guy's crying like a little baby. Just because he got shot in his widowed wig. Let's go back and look at the cops doing their thing. Watch this guy. Let's go back and look at the cops doing their thing. Watch this guy. He's the one who was kicking the clerk, but the clerk gets revenge by holding him. And the cops give the bad guy a beating. These are really bad dudes. They've been doing armed contract robberies all around the city. Their price? 3 new cars. But their fancy car riding days are over. They each get 7 to 10 years in prison. America's got SWAT teams. Russia's got them on. They're gearing up for a big bust. They're gonna hit a bunch of Russian mafioskis. Let's roll. Time to take down some bad guys. Part of the team knocks on the front door. Their comrades cover the back. They neutralize the lookouts. Go, go, go! Wait a second. There's only babe skis with no clothes skis. Oh yeah, the bad guys. Here they are. Imagine you're a tough Russian mafia guy, and you get arrested wearing nothing but a little towel. Drugs, ladies, rub-downs. These guys are set for some serious partying. But Aman's saying nyet. White Shirt says he was just working the bar. But then the cops find heroin on him. You want smack? I got you smack right here, buddy. Plus 10 years in jail. Meanwhile, their quote-unquote dates get to go free in the AM. This is good. Maximum Exposure salutes the brave men and women who risk their lives protecting and saving ours. So we can hang out watching their best stuff on our Max X list. got the best cops and the best firemen doing their thing. It's the Max X List. Sliding in at number 3. A fire in the garment district in Seoul, South Korea. Firemen try to save the building. Shop workers try to save their stuff. They go inside to fight the fire. This guy's name is Hugh Young. He's desperate because a cave-in trapped his best friend inside and he can't find him. His pal's name is An Yo Kwan. They go way back to when they served in the military together. Hugh Young can't find his bro. There he is. He's hurt and exhausted from trying to get out. Hugh Young climbs to his friend. What's going through his mind?
Well, the only thing that I was thinking was, I must save him. He's still alive, and I must save him. There were people underneath the ladder, so I handed him down.
The dude's out of it. They take him to the hospital. Hugh Young's all weepy for his friend.
I do get sentimental sometimes, and I was crying a lot.
They save An Yo Kwan's life, but he didn't think he was going to get out alive.
I discovered that it was impossible to leave through the door, and at first I really gave up. But suddenly I remembered the window. A million thoughts crossed my mind, but first of all I thought about my family, and then after that I even thought about what would happen after I died.
With the help of his best friend, he makes it out alive. And he's back at work 3 months later. Number 2 on the Max X List. Arizona trooper Tim Mason.
Apparently, they're in pursuit of an armed robbery suspect.
An ex-con and his buddy stole a truck, and they're leading a big-time chase. Mason stops at an intersection. He gets out and slides spike strips under the wheels of the stolen truck. One of the wheels was already damaged, and he wants to get the other 3. Trooper Mason has to jump ahead of the bad guy so he can lay down his spikes.
773, clear with Firebird for a second spike. I believe I can get in front of them and do that.
Now's his chance. Got him! Another tire out. One more time.
773, I got both of his rear tires and the spikes are clear.
The bad guys are grinding 4 rims. Check out the driver, he's shooting up.
He is pushing all kinds of dope into his wrist right now. This guy has got some serious problems.
It looks like the chase is winding down. But nope. The bad guy hangs a left. Up an exit ramp onto a highway, the wrong way.
Wrong direction. He's getting on the freeway the wrong way.
Mason hightails it up the ramp past the other cruisers.
773, I'm with it again. Ask 770 if I can go ahead and box him into the wall.
Cars are flying towards the cops. Trooper Mason blows by the other cruisers. He's got a line on the bad guys.
773, can I box him into the wall?
Here we go. Ramming speed. After something that much fun, you gotta do some rehashing.
Once I saw him go the wrong way, I knew I had to take him out. So I basically went ahead and just rammed him.
Trooper Mason takes down the bad guy with some serious cop show driving skills. And number 1 on our Max X list. A building's burning in Lima, Peru. There's a whole lot of plastic stored inside. That's making the fire so hot the firemen can't get to it to put it out. They hit the second floor with water from a cherry picker hose. But they ain't having much luck. The smoke surrounds the dudes in the basket. So they drop down to the first floor. So does the fire. Whoa! The ball of flame swallows up the fire dudes and knocks out the camera. Oh, that's intense. Once again. The fire like eats the guys alive. They drag the injured fireman away. Oscar Ruiz and his partner in the basket get burned on their faces. 12 other dudes get hurt too.
When the explosion happened, we were surrounded by smoke. I thought of my wife, I thought of my children. Those were difficult moments.
Lucky for them, their injuries ain't bad.
It's hard to believe that we were all okay. Yes, I can say it was miraculous.
It takes a day and a half to put it out. This fire don't want to go down without a fight. And neither do the firefighters. That's what they're all about. We're Max-Ax. We're all about heading out.